Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Family Vibes. And today I have something to talk about. It's about the old story. Black Lives Matter. Black's Life Matter. Yes, it matters. So that is why we are doing what we are doing. That is why there is demonstrations going all over the world. But we need solutions. We need concrete, workable solution, reliable solutions that can work. So wherever suggestions are coming from, we have to take them and analyze and see how best we can do this. And I have a three-way approach to eradicating racism. We have to make racism old-fashioned. It should be old-fashioned. So in the next year or in the next 2 years, the word racism will be old-fashioned. People who will listen to or people who will hear that word will just brush their head because it is old-fashioned. It is not there anymore. So now let's go to my three-way approach. I said I have three-way approach. The first one is leaving the past to history. I'm not saying forget your past. I'm not saying forget Black history. No. What I am trying to say is that we should learn from our past, but we should not dwell on it. When we start dwelling on our past, it is frustrating. It makes us angry. It makes us feel so depressed and so degraded. So we don't dwell on it. We learn lessons from it, but we don't actually dwell on it. So that is number one for my three-way approach. The second, defeating division. Defeating division. Now we are everywhere. We are in the same country. Black people are in the same countries. In the third world, in England, we are about 4% of the total population. In America, a large number of Black people are there. So we are there. We are in it. So we have to try to defeat division. We have to come together as one people. One people, and live together as normal human being, not being treated differently from the other. So how can we Black people, what contribution can we do to defeat division? I have some suggestion here. I said creating awareness, the effect of racism on Black people. I have this song that I composed myself. It is what the Black woman every day, Black mother every day when the child goes out, what they think is this child coming back home alive? Will this child be home to have his meal? So this is constantly something that mothers, Black children, especially the male children, are suffering, are thinking every day. So this is what we have to create, that awareness to the rest of the public, for them to know that the mothers are always in fear that their child, their baby son will not come home. So creating awareness is important on the list. And then also we should also encourage films that depict the morals of dehumanizing others in general. Some people will say, oh, the film will be depressing. No, yes, that is what we want people to see, the depressingness in the film. That is what we want you to see. And put yourself into the shoes of people who are being put into that situation, people who are being humiliated, and punished for something they haven't done. That is why we have to make films that will put people on the spot for them to see how the effect of dehumanizing Black people do to them. So I also have, it may be depressing but it should teach others that it's not right to dehumanize others, encouraging positive stories that promote diversity. Yes, we have to encourage that. All the companies, all the businesses, should celebrate diversity. Let people know that we are one, not try to just make a show it on the telly, or show it in, when they are trying to promote their businesses, then they will show it in their businesses to show that they promote diversity. No, let us see that it is working. Let us see the practicality, how that diversity is being enshrined into our system. It is important. It is important. And then also the third one is conquering the future. If we are able to leave our history in the past, too, if you are able to defeat this vision, yes, then the number 3 will be to conquer the future. The future will be ours, all of us, not for Black people, but for everyone. Creating a generation that sees everyone as their kind and will treat each other as partners and not as lords over others. So this is my 3-way pathway, the 3-way approach to removing racism. And I have just summarized them. Now, let me take them one by one. This video is part 1. There will be a part 2. So today, I'm going to talk about leaving the past to history alone. And then in my next video will be part 2, where I will talk about defeating division and conquering the future. Now, let's talk about leaving the past to history. Leaving the past to history. So how can we achieve that? It is upsetting and difficult to admit that it takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to tango. Recently, some statues of slave trade gurus were vandalized by angry people. This act was carried out after a Black man was unjustly lynched in broad daylight. The white man in 500 years ago needed energy in the bid to build their economy. Was it a bad thing? No. They wanted to build their economy. For them, it is their future. They will do anything to build their future. They were quick to discover the benefits of manpower from the Black race, which was very cheap. And I mean very, very cheap and easily accessible. For the white man, those slave trade merchants are heroes. They were their heroes because they brought the springboard. They formed the springboard to the economy. So they are heroes. they have found a breakthrough to their economy. The white man took advantage of the situation and deceived the warlords in Africa for the supply of human cargo. So for them, it was all about building their economy, making their people safe, making their people wealthy, making their people strong. So they took advantage of the resources that was available. It is sad that it has to come from the black race. It is very sad that it has to come from the black race. The white man must have gained and built their economy out from slave trade. But, again I say but, it was the same white man who stood up for the abolition of slave trade in England. The warlords in Africa were in fact disappointed that their source of regular income had come to an end. So you see, when I say it takes two to tango, it does take two to tango. So even though the white man was cunning, he used the Africans in a bad way to build their economy, but our own people also gave them up. And even when the slave trade was abolished, they were upset because their source of income was gone. Now, it's history. What I have just said is history. If you go into it, it's very upsetting. It's frustrating. For your own kind to put you into that position because you are weak, because of your tribe. It's not nice. But what lessons can we learn from this? I know there are lessons that we can learn from it. We are not dwelling on that. If we dwell on it, you wouldn't even like your own black person, your own black kind. You will not like them, and you will not like the white person. You will just be everywhere, and that's not what we want. We want this color to be treated as normal, not to be dehumanized, not to destroy our seeds. We women, our seeds, they destroy them by killing our baby boys. So what lesson can we learn from history? In the mind of the white man, at that time, the black man was a domestic animal, just like a bull in the field or the donkey that carried heavy loads. Nobody sleeps in the same bed with a donkey, do they? No. We cleared their dead and even worshipped them for favors and called them gods. That is the picture they had. They only needed us for the reason why they brought us. They have found a better alternative and don't want us anymore. They did not want to enjoy the same privileges with us. We are inferior. They are superior. For them, they think they have amassed their wealth through hard work using black people. Now that they have got their wealth, they are not ready to enjoy it with you. So I am just trying to figure out why our skin, why are we targeted? Unless maybe we are treated as animals, maybe we are taken as animals. If not, why would they want to hurt the color? Why would someone just want to hurt the color? Why? Is it because they are animals? They are not worth, they are worth nothing? Probably. This is where the black man's dilemma began. The white man allowed freedom to some degree, but still have it that we never be like them. They can't just take that. That is the morale. That at the moment they see us as animals and we cannot enjoy the same privileges as them. They gave us a little bit of freedom, yes. But it's just for the purpose of legislation, for the purpose of, what they say. But in practice, we can never be like them. And my question to the black man is, can we change this? Can the black person change this mentality? This is my opinion. And if you think otherwise, I am prepared to hear from you. This is part 1, and part 2 will follow next time. Thanks for listening. And if you love this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. And I love you all. Stay safe.